It's actually a day that I'm proud to be a Nigerian, where the Super Falcons has actually put smile on our faces. This morning, it went down right there in Australia. And to tell you the truth, these girls have come to the World Cup to show every other African person out there that yes, we are Super Falcons. Indeed, we are super. On that, I will be welcoming you to Sports Update this evening. I am Emmanuel Fashime. We have a lot of stories making the round in the world of sport to tell you this evening, from boxing to football. Like this, you are sure to get the best of the best when it comes to Sports Update on Trust TV. I am Emmanuel Fashime once more. Let's go straight to the first story. This one concerns the mixed martial art, and it also concerns in Nigeria, where Plessis is actually out of Adesanya fight. These two guys have had grudge for a very long time, and Adesanya is not really happy that this fight will not be happening very soon. Why? Because this man, the South African man, is out injured, and because of that, the fight with Adesanya, because these two of them has actually been talking tough ahead of this fight. But right now, because of the knee injury to Plessis, a South African discus Plessis, the fight will not be happening, and Adesanya is not actually happy about that. And straight up, I'll be welcoming Michael all the way from Plessis, joining me via Zoom to actually react to this story and every other stories that we have for you on Sports Update. But Adesanya, like I said, is not happy for discus Plessis. Not because of injury, the fight will not be happening very soon.
Yes, I mean, it's unfortunate. We listened to how he expressed his level of unhappiness by backing, shouting and throwing all manner of tantrums or Plessis. Yes, Plessis is world number one. I mean, but you need to listen to the unprintable, adjectives used by Adesanya to describe him, and calling him one who has the heart of a chicken and not ready to face the big stage. Of course, he also used the opportunity to book a fight with world number 6 in Sean Strickland. We hope to see that fight go down, but I tell you, Adesanya was not really happy. Yes, he was able to reclaim his victory after knocking out Pereira at the UFC 287. This is an opportunity for him to face Strickland, who has been longing for this opportunity. I think it has come now, but it's so unfortunate for Plessis' injury.
Also unfortunate for Plessis' injury. Now, if you look at both fighters, they have actually been talking tough. It's more than a fight, because Plessis has actually been on the let me say, be on the neck of Adesanya, throwing tantrums to each other. And this time around, Adesanya actually wanted to fight him, but because of that injury, what can we say? That fight will not be happening. But do you think it's going to be a good one? It's going to go down well with Adesanya?
Yes, I believe it's going to go down well. He was able to get his groove back. His confidence is top notch. I think he's psychologically ready to face Plessis. That man is poised for victory as a middleweight champion. Pereira can take down even a lion the way, the form the shape and his conditioning he is right now.
Yes, Pereira, this can take up on anybody. Plessis, we wish you quick recovery so that you can face Adesanya and finish what both of you have started. Let's see who is the heavyweight, who is the champion, who is the real champion between the pair. But at the end of the day, this fight will not be happening. But just get well soon, Plessis of South Africa, so that you can face our own Adesanya. And then at the end of the day, we'll now know who is the real deal when it comes to UFC. Let's leave that story and come back home right now and stay with the MPL also, where the sponsorship body has has reviewed the take home of the winner of the league, and they have deemed it fit to add more 50 million naira. We know last season Enyimba went home with 100 million naira, but this time around they have added 50 million naira to make it 150 million naira for the winner of this incoming season, that is the 2023-2024 league season. Now they have said they are going to they will add 50 million naira to the winner to make it 150 million. Now, Michael, 150 million for the winner of the 2023-2024 league season in Nigeria. Is the money too small or too big?
Yes, according to Andrew Elejuba, I think the media publicity man, it's a good one. It's growth. I see this as a Nigeria Premier League finally transcending. I mean, for the first time, we're able to make the league attractive. When you increase the prize money, you reduce the jackpot syndrome, and more players want to play in the local league. The local league with this new cash prize will be keenly contested. And I tell you what, they also promised that there will be live streaming of the NPL. That is one of a kind. And it will make our leagues attract corporate brands. This is the type of elevation we want to see in our local league. And I'm very happy for this move. For the first time, I think we are almost getting everything right, taking the right decisions, and making the right policies to ensure that our league gets to the next level.
Yes, making sure that our league gets to the next level. Good one coming from GTI, the sponsorship of Nigerian Premier League. Come next season, the winner will go home 150 million naira. That's a whooping money. At least make this league sellable out there. Like I said, always say on this show, we can see European players, Asian players, American players coming down to Nigeria to play in our league. We have them in the South African League, even other African countries, not just Ghana alone. A lot of exodus of them should be coming to Nigeria to play in our league, and with that we can start to say our league will dominate in Africa and probably rub shoulders with the big leagues of the world. Look at what Saudi Arabia is doing. They are throwing the money to buy European players and make their league more solid than every other league in Asia, and also penetrate Europe. Good one coming from GTI to actually increase the prize money, 150 million naira. If I'm a player of any club side, then I will go there and play out my heart, because I know if my team wins, I am going home with 150 million naira. Congratulations to them, and congratulations to everybody that have made make sure that this will be feasible, and then we can have a better league in Nigeria. Let's leave that story and head straight to Manchester. It's all about Manchester right now, where they are going to submit a bid for Atlanta Rasmus Højlund. He's from he's in Norwegian. Now they will be submitting a bid to land this man. He's a striker. He's a young of a 20-year-old he is. They want to see a striker in that age to replace, because Anthony Martial has not actually given Manchester United the kind of goods they want from him, the kind of player they want to see Manchester United. But Manchester United, Erik ten Hag, sees this young man as a good replacement for the likes of Wayne Rooney, Robin van Persie, Ruud van Nistelrooy. Now, Rasmus Højlund, straight to Manchester United, open bid for him.
Yes, of course. Man United were on the tail of Harry Kane. They were unable to get him. That's opting for Atalanta's fast rising young star. I mean, in Rasmus, he scored 9 goals last season. He's just 20 years of age, shown flashes of brilliance all season long. And of course, Coach Gasperini has already putting a price tag of £70 million on this kid. I think he's probably the next big striker coming to hit the EPL. I see it as a good move for Man U. Antonio Martial has not lived up to expectation. He's showing so much hiatus. Of course, Rashford is good, but I think Rashford needs a competition. He needs a pairing in that strike force if Man United want to stay and contest or be a contender in the next EPL season.
Next, if they want to be a contender, then they should dole out the money and get this young man to actually get them the goals, because Rashford, like you said, Michael, needs that competition, needs someone to push him to the edge, needs someone to push him so that he can, whenever he's not giving out what they want, he goes back to the bench. Because of this man, I think Rashford will pick up. If Manchester United actually wants a young striker, since they can't get Harry Kane, they should go for Rasmus Højlund from Atlanta. Let's leave Atlanta and Rasmus right now and come back to Africa, but we are going to stay in Europe. It concerns an African player that is a person of Sadio Mane, who has agreed in principle with Ronaldo's team. That is Al Nassr in Saudi Arabia. For Mane, he's not finding it easy in Bayern Munich since that fallout with signing Mane. He's also an African, but he's playing for the German side, for the German national team. But for Sadio Mane, now he has agreed in principle with Al Nassr. I know money is there, but for his caliber, should this go to the Saudi Pro League?
Well, I feel that Mane still has a lot to give to Europe. He's not that old. Switch straight to Al Nassr. But then when these things happen in football, what will you say? It's so difficult to resist money. After all, Ecclesiastes 10:19 says, money answereth all things. And probably is the reason why Mane is beginning to listen to the dangling carrots of money by the Saudis. Well, for the upside, it will be a good thing for Cristiano Ronaldo. He may just have that formidable partner he has been inching and yearning to have at Al Nassr. But for Sadio Mane, I still feel maybe because of the outburst with Leroy Sané. I mean, Sané versus Mane. I mean, what a contest! I don't know why contest. But well, cash-wise, it's good for him. He was bought for 35 million, and of course, unfortunately, he's going now to Saudi League. Let's see what happens. But I wish Mane would have stayed in Europe.
You wish Mane would have stayed in Europe. The other signing is not actually allowing him to enjoy life in Bayern Munich, and Thomas Tuchel himself has not done enough to actually tell our own Sadio Mane that yes, I want you in my team. But if Al Nassr pays that amount, can pay that, they can actually pay the money. I think you should go to Al Nassr. We have Ronaldo there. We have the likes of Benzema in that league. We have Kante there. A lot of players. We have a coach in Steven Gerrard in Saudi Pro League. So he should go there and start enjoying life. All you need as a player is to play week in, week out. And if Al Nassr can actually give him that playing time, who says he should make that move and head straight to Al Nassr and start enjoying life again when it comes to football? And Ronaldo is going to actually have a very good partner who, because the likes of Talisca, Garebi, they are not actually giving him what he wants in Al Nassr, and he's actually longing to have a playing partner who understands him, and so that they can actually win something together in Saudi Arabia. Let's leave that story right now before we go on the show. Let's take the last transfer story we have for you, where Al Ahly, also a Saudi Pro League side, is keen on Arsenal midfielder Thomas Partey of Ghana, of the Ghanaian team. But right now, Al Hilal, they want to snap this man away from Arsenal.
Seeing the book of Exodus playing out by the Saudi League, all players, top players in Europe are looking to head towards the Saudi direction. I think DSTV, Trust TV, may sure just have to create a channel where we can be watching our superstars as they are being depleted from Europe and heading to the Middle. And of course, talking about Thomas Partey, since the arrival of Jorginho, his fortunes have twisted, his fortunes have dwindled. He's not been getting enough playing time. We also heard that Juventus are also interested in signing Thomas Partey. Well, I believe Al Ahly has the cash, and I think they will be able to price Thomas Partey out of Arsenal. But for me, I wish Thomas Partey would just stay in Arsenal. The rebuilding process is fantastic. Now we have Declan Rice. The team is rebuilding, trying to reclaim what.
Okay, we lost Mike there when he comes back. Actually, for Thomas Partey, he was very instrumental to Arsenal's progress, ending second on the table, in the last Premier League season. They finished second, and Thomas Partey was instrumental in that team. Actually gave them that cover in the midfield, and now Al Hilal people with the money actually coming for him. But let's look at Thomas Partey performances with Arsenal since he joined them from Barcelona. Now, do you think they are going to have a replacement if eventually he makes this move to Saudi Arabia?
Well, I think Arsenal may still need to go back to the market. You cannot have a top player and not have his replacement. I felt his presence alongside Jorginho would have given us a solid midfield. I mean, we need players who can track down in the midfield. When you look at the Arsenal lineup, we don't, and Granit Xhaka, I think, is already on. Have players like Xhaka leave, players like Partey leave. I mean, what happens? Who tracks all the balls? Who tracks all the long balls? I think we need Arsenal will need to go to the transfer market and replace that player immediately if they are to maintain second position or fight to reclaim what Man City stole from them last season at the deal.
Are you sure Manchester City stole the trophy from them? You are not speaking as an Arsenal fan. Okay, I understand all Arsenal fans' pain, but it's not Manchester City's fault. You slipped when you were supposed to hold on to your lead. But at the end of the day, they say the master, boy, according to in our own local parlance here in Nigeria, boy, they pass Oga for some things. Oga na still Oga, master na master. But if you look at it, let's look at it this way. Declan Rice, Thomas Partey in the midfield. If you are the coach, Mikel Arteta, who do you start? Who do you play first?
Of course, Declan Rice, I would definitely be my first choice. We did not splash over £100 million to acquire his services, to come and field him as second fiddle. I mean, definitely, Arsenal, it's time for Arsenal to eat rice and stew. And I think Declan Rice will be there for the party.
Okay, you actually start Declan Rice as maybe if you are Mikel Arteta and you just because of the money. Now, if you are looking at the money, let's look at their play outside the money. Between Thomas Partey and Declan Rice, who is better in ball possession, in giving those passes, in assisting the strikers up front? Between both of them, who is better?
Well, offensively, I would go for Declan Rice. And of course, defensively, I would go for Thomas Partey. But come on, why can't we have Rice in a party?
Why can't you have a rice in a party where you also have the timber to prepare the rice for the party? Now, we are still on Arsenal. Now, where did you think Arsenal got it wrong last season?
Well, first of all, I would say the injury to Saliba misled Arsenal. And then secondly, the Arteta's failure to reshuffle his starting 11 towards the tail end of the season. I mean, this our winger number 7, Saka, was a shadow of himself towards the end of the season. I thought he needed to rest, and this guy from Brighton should have taken over and at least led the attack because he showed lots of promises. So Saka needed some rest towards the tail end of the season, and Saliba's absence, those two things cost Arsenal the league.
Okay, I think everybody is actually blaming Mikel Arteta for not doing enough, for not doing some important things in that team, and that was what led, and then injuries to Saliba and the rest of them, that was what led to Arsenal losing that title. Now, as an Arsenal fan, Michael, let me ask you this quickly. Come next season, where do you think Arsenal will finish? First, second, third, fourth, or probably 17?
Arsenal are going back to make a big statement. They believe that they are supposed to have won the last season's EPL, and they would want to show football fans all over the world that it was a mistake, that we are not perpetual losers, but we are contenders, and that that slip, the players have gained experience. that slip will not repeat itself. Watch out for Arsenal as the next season unfolds.
Yes, watch out for Arsenal as the next season unfolds. And before we go on the show, we cannot just stop talking about these ladies. They were fantastic this morning. They gave us that happiness. Like I said, I'm a proud Nigerian. I'm a proud supporter of Super Falcons, and they actually did very, very well this morning, playing that goalless draw with the Canadian and women's team in their first group game, that is Group B, in the ongoing World Cup, that is the FIFA Women's World Cup 2023 in Australia and New Zealand, hosted by these two countries. Now, Michael, let's look at this. We've done well this morning. Now, in our next game, we know Deborah Abiodun will not be there. What do you think Round the World Drum should do? Which players do you want to see starting that game? Persons have complained about assistant Oshoala. Should she start the next game against the host, Australia? Now, well, quickly, let me feel your pulse about this.
Yes, I mean, in the absence of Deborah, of course, we have Ayeni, we have Ajibade. I believe these ladies can fill that role. And then I think assistant Oshoala needs some psychological boost. She needs to understand that the whole 200 million Nigerians are awaiting her excellence all the way from Australia. This is a big and a daunting task. I'm not her that she needs to sit up. She needs to prove Nigerians and her critics wrong by not being profligate in front of goal. But I believe Deborah Abiodun can be replaced. Of course, we have Ayeni, we have Ajibade, players who can just come in. But you know, Australia has the crowd behind her. Of course, they are the host nation. But then we need to bring that zeal, that force, I mean, that determination we saw against Canada. That may just give us the edge.
All right, Michael, quickly, before we go on the show, what's your score line in our next game?
Yes, I want to give the Super Falcons the edge, 1-0.
1 goes to nothing. We'll leave it there, Michael. I also share that with you. 1 goes to nothing, but I would say we are going to beat them 2-0 at the end of the day. Thanks, Michael, for joining me on Sports Update this evening.
Yes, of course. Like always, you are the best sports senator on planet Earth.
Thanks, Michael. I am Emmanuel Fashimi. Thanks for watching.